Director, Dr. Arun Upadhyay, sir, we would like to go live.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Give me 1 minute time to make this issue live.
Yes, sir. Are we live, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Now you can start.
Okay, thank you so much. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Amity University, a research and innovation driven university. It said, सा विद्या या विमुक्तये, विद्या वो जो मानव को बंधनों से मुक्त करती है. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to Amity University, a world-class university with 12 universities in the country, 28 preschools and schools, and with more than 12 global campuses. We are a research and innovation driven university committed to the cause of education, following the ideals, principles, and values laid down by our Honorable Founder President, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan sir, and led by the dynamic and visionary leadership of our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Atul Chauhan sir. So, on behalf of Amity Law School, Noida, together with Amity Institute of Advanced Legal Studies, I welcome you all to this online symposium on Legal Services Day. Well, this is a very important day for all of us who are associated with the legal fraternity. And on behalf of both the institutions, Amity Law School Noida and Amity Institute of Advanced Legal Studies, I take this opportunity and privilege to welcome all the eminent dignitaries of the dais, Lordship Professor Justice Rajesh Tandon sir, Additional Vice Chairman, Amity Judicial Academy and Amity Law Foundation. Namaste and welcome, sir. I welcome Professor Dr. Asha Verma ma'am, Pro Vice Chancellor and Director Law School, IILM University, Gurgaon. Namaste and welcome to Amity ma'am. I welcome Mr. Vaibhav Tomar, Advocate and Founding and Managing Partner, The Law Literates. Namaste sir, welcome to Amity. I welcome Dr. Vidyotma Jha, Advocate, Supreme Court of India. Welcome to Amity ma'am. Namaste. I welcome Dr. Pawan Saini, Chancellor, Mahatma Gandhi University, Sikkim. Welcome to Amity, sir. Namaste. I welcome Dr. M.K. Ravi, Advocate, Supreme Court of India. Namaste and welcome to Amity, sir. I also welcome Mr. Vikas Jha, Director, Bhavishya NGO. Welcome and namaste, sir. I welcome Dr. Monica Bharadwaj, Assistant Professor, the Law School, University of Jammu. Welcome to Amity University, ma'am. I welcome all the dignitaries of the dais and also everyone who's joined us online. So let me just give you a brief about what this day is all about. So this day, which is 9th of November, is a day that commemorates the passing of the Legal Services Authorities Act of the year 1995. The main aim of this particular act is to make people aware about their legal rights and responsibilities. And the theme that we have for the year 2023 is access to justice for all, with the tagline that we are empowering the marginalized through legal awareness. And I take a great pride and delight in saying that I'm the convener of Amity Legal Aid and Literacy Committee. So let us begin this online symposium by invoking it to the Almighty. And I'll request Mobin sir of IT to kindly play the invocation video. And here we go. Let's take the blessings of the Almighty.
Bhargo
Thank you so
Okay.
much, sir. Well, everybody, as I said that every year on November 9, we observe National Legal Services Day, which is a significant occasion aimed at providing legal relief to the weaker sections of the society. This day holds historical importance as it marks the anniversary of the enactment of the Legal Services Authorities Act in the year 1995. So, what do we do on this day? This day, we organize so many legal aid camps, legal awareness programs, and this online symposium is one of them. So, this day holds importance for everyone because we, as the important stakeholders of the legal fraternity, our aim is to make the people aware about their rights and responsibilities and also their duties towards the nation. So, without any much ado, I'll now hand it over to our student MCs. We have with us Ria and Bhini who will now take it forward. Over to you, Ria.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and conference participants. Welcome to the Symposium on Legal Service Day. I am Bini Sharma.
I am Riya Mishra.
Your host for the day. We are gathered here to exchange ideas and open decisions on Legal Service Day. As we all know, Legal Service Day plays a crucial role in ensuring that the justice system is accessible to all members of society. I would like to start today panel discussion by inviting
Professor Justice Rajesh Tandon, who is the additional vice chairman at Amity Judicial Academy, Amity Law Foundation. He's an eminent legal role model. His visions serve as a beacon guiding our future lawyers towards meaningful legal careers. He aspires to encourage and steer individuals in the professions of justice. I would now like to request Sir to address the gathering.
Thank you very much. Master of Ceremony, Dr. Sumitra Singh is here. My colleagues, my brothers, sisters, my colleagues, Dr. Adit Tomar is here, and my colleagues of the universities, Amity universities are there. I am thankful to our founder, President, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, for giving the importance to the university, in the university campus regarding the educational environment as well as legal environment, which is the part of the Constitution of India. Our Chancellor, our Vice Chancellor, and our founder all are adamant to have all the constitutional provisions. Sometime like 26th of November, that is Constitution Day. It's a 9th of November, that is a Legal Services Day, and all the constitutional programs are being organized by our founder as well as our chancellor in the Amity University, in the university, not only in Amity Noida, but also Amity universities of everywhere, either maybe Gurgaon, they are present here, or anywhere in the universities, because 9th of November is a very significant day for the poor. Now, I may tell you that on 9th of November, Legal Services Authorities Act has been enacted, but how it has come into force, that is the source of Constitution. If we look to Article 39A of the Constitution of India, 39A provides the state shall secure that the operation of the legal system promotes justice on a basis of equal opportunity. This Article 39A shows that equal opportunity. Equal opportunity means if the persons who have the capacity can fight out the litigation, then why not those who have no money can fight out the litigation? That is the equal opportunity, and shall in particular provide free legal aid by suitable legislation or schemes or in any way to ensure that opportunities for securing justice are not denied to any citizen by reason of economic or other disabilities. Therefore, I have stated that the economic is the prime criteria, those persons who have the capacity to spend, they may also go. But those who have no capacities to spend in the legal forum, they may also go to the legal services and for the High Court, District Court, or Supreme Court. Now, for that purposes, the Legal Services Authorities Act was passed. That was that is arrangement of all the legal services that has been incorporated, and main section is 2C. 2C provides what is the legal service. Legal service means includes the rendering of any service in the conduct of any case or other legal proceeding before any court or other authority or tribunal, and the giving of advice on any legal matter. This is very important. Both the things are there under 2C, TC, either to proceed for the legal proceeding before any court, or the other thing is to advise on any legal matter. How the advice comes into play, I will demonstrate before you. Legal services in the court is the District Court, High Court, and Supreme Court. For that purpose, the committees have been formed. Central that is controlled by the Supreme Court. State level, that is controlled by the High Court. And my good fortune was that I was the member of the Legal Services Authority when I was High Court judge at Nainital, being a senior judge there. Therefore, I have seen that I have organized the programs also. And then the district court authorities, that is at the district level. And all these authorities are working for the Lok Adalat, for opinion and all that. Now, this is the legal services which are controlled by the High Court, Supreme Court, and Trial Court. There is also a provision which provides a legal advice. That is, legal advice is controlled by the pre-litigation advices. That is under section 20 of the 20 and 22 of the Legal Services Authority Act. 20 provides the Lok Adalat, cognizance of Lok Adalat. That is also important. You must have heard about Lok Adalats. Lok Adalats are being organized by the Legal Services Authorities Act, controlled by Article 39A of the Constitution of India. Then I have just read before you the legal services. What is legal services 2C? That is the advice. That is also a pre-litigation conciliation and settlement. That is, if party can settle the matter, that is section 22A provides in this chapter for the purposes of section 22 and 23, unless the context otherwise provides, the includes that is the services, any type of services, any type of pre-litigation conciliation. If the matter is referred to for the pre-litigation board, then they can advise either to go to this civil court or not, either to go to the High Court or not. What is the crux and what is the fate of your litigation? These are the things. Both the things are covered by the legal advice also, and for that purpose. Now, at this moment, I will just address before you that Article 39A and Legal Services Authorities Act are right. But there is no provision for the implementation of the Legal Services Authority Act. Suppose a person has no money at all, a poor litigant in the village, where he will go? Who will guide them? For that purpose, I have seen Legal Services Authority under the Legal Services Authorities Act. Dr. Aditya Tomar and Sumitra Singh are doing lot for this purpose, going to villages and all that, colleges, and teaching to the students how to avail the protection of the Legal Services Authorities Act. And otherwise, implementation is impossible. I will just advise that our amity institutions, wherever institutions are there, either in the country or overseas, they must open a legal services authorities, that legal services camp, and some authority must be. We are also opening a judicial academy, and I will advise our founder president and our chancellor that there should be a pre-litigation settlement also, and that should be done for all the poor people and all those people who can come and they take advices from the myself is there as the additional vice chairman of judicial academy. I can advise all the advocates who are here, and they can also advise. We can also form a panel of the advocates for advising, and this may be a part of the judicial academy. Judicial academy will be only for the guidance of the PCS training and all that, but this is also a judicial academy. This is a part of judicial academy for advising on the Legal Services Authorities Act. Now, what happens that Lok Adalats are being organized. For Lok Adalat, the serving judges are being done. Now, there is no provision that how the Lok Adalats will be settled everywhere, because large number of litigations are there. If the government takes the precaution that senior advocates, retired judges are being appointed for conducting the Lok Adalats, at least in every day 50 to 60 matters will be decided, because in Lok Adalats generally motor vehicles act comes where the accident takes place and all that. All these things can be settled in a Lok Adalat. 50 and 100 cases may be settled per day, and therefore there should be a guideline for the advocates, for the retired judges, that they can participate in the Lok Adalat, and the many matters can be decided. This is one of the provision for settlement, and that also be a provision for giving the legal shape and the to the Legal Services Authorities Act. Otherwise, when I was in Human Rights Commission, large number of applications were coming that I have no money at all, I have no money where to go. Then I used to refer the matter to the district judge of the state, of the district, and to the registrar high court, wherever the matter of the registrar of the high court. Therefore, there is much ignorance about these Legal Services Authorities Act. That implementation, there should be a machinery for the implementation of the Legal Services Authorities Act, and I request to all of them who are sitting that they may make any opinion, but the implementation is always a problem for Article 39A. For that purpose, I will advise Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, our founder, our chancellor, that let a pre-litigation center be opened under the guidance of all the panel of the advocates, and also under the supervision of the Judicial Academy, which may be done very soon by our founder president and Dr. Adit Tomar, who is also a legal expert in our field, and therefore he may also act in the Judicial Academy also for pre-litigation advices, and pre-litigation center may be opened in the university itself. Thank you very much. Namaskar to all of them.
Thank you, Sir Lordship, for gracing us with your kind words. Legal Services was established as a nationwide network of legal services authorities and institutions to provide free legal aid to the marginalized and disadvantaged.
Now I would like to invite Professor Dr. Asha Verma, Pro Vice Chancellor, a doctorine in law. Dr. Verma is an experienced professional with 20 years of work experience in academic administration, educational leadership, and holistic development of empowered personality. She has, to her credit, more than 85 research paper presentation on various legal issues in national and international conference and seminars. She has several research publications in reputed Indian and international journals. Her expertise lies in human rights, environmental laws, transfer of property act transfer of property act, professional ethics, research methodology, law of contract, labor laws, and constitutional law. She has served as supervisor for research scholar and LLM students. She has invited as a person for legal session, moot court competition, seminars, conference, etc. She is also monitoring and evaluating a research project for departments. Her wide range of experience account for her distinct administrative and academic skill.
Thank you so much for giving such a good introduction. Good morning to all the esteemed panelists, faculty members, and the most important future of our country, the law students. Thank you, Amity University, for giving me this wonderful opportunity to speak to you all. As I had already spoken to, when I was talking to Sumitra, Amity has always been a wonderful part of my life, and I'm still an Amitian by heart. Thank you and namaskar. My topic of discussion today is inclusive legal services, a look at India's legal aid system. I hope that I will be able to give a very crisp outlook on the free legal services in India, as said by Dr. Sumitra, that I have been given almost 12 to 15 minutes. So let me begin, first of all, with congratulating all of you on Legal Services Day. I extend my warmest wishes and appreciation to all the dedicated and aspiring law students. One advice I would like to give all the students, law students, if they are here: do not think that your journey in the field of law is only about textbooks and exams. No, it's about becoming an important part of the legal ecosystem that upholds justice, fairness, and the rule of law in our society. The main part of my session, that is, what is the role of legal aid in promoting inclusivity? What is inclusivity? So I'll give you a very latest example. You know the motto of G20, Vasudev Kutumbakam, means one earth, one family, one future. This is based on the principle of inclusivity. So everyone should be included, irrespective of their class, irrespective of their gender, irrespective of their financial status, their cultural status, or anything. So we all know, as we are celebrating the Legal Aid Day today, so we all know that the justice is a fundamental pillar of any democratic society, and India is considered to be, not considered, India is the best example for the largest democratic country in the world. So it is important because it is the principle, this democratic principles is very important, because it is the principle that actually ensures fairness, equity, and the rule of law. Now, country like India, which is diverse, which is hugely populated, ensuring access to justice for all can be a very difficult task. It's not very easy, though, it's there in the constitution, it's there. We have a number of legislations, we have a number of sections which is provided in various other, acts. But the reason is, it is not an easy task. This is where the legal aid system in India plays a crucial role. The main focus is on inclusivity and social justice. Reason being, because these are the two words that actually strives to bridge the gap between the privileged class and the marginalized one through the free legal aid system in India. Now, I assume that some law students are there, so there might be a question in their mind that without any objectives, no law has been enacted. So what was the objective when this legal aid system was enacted, when it was incorporated in through various legislation? So the primary objective of, as the Honorable Justice Tandon has already spoken about the primary objective, some of them. I would like to give a detail. The primary objective of India's legal aid system is to ensure that justice reaches to all. As I said, especially the marginalized people, the underprivileged sections of the society. And when I say underprivileged sections of the society, it includes women, it includes children, it includes the disabled, and those who belonging to lower socio-economic categories. So it means that a rickshawala should not think that this country has not given anything to him in respect to equality or justice. If justice is given, it must be seen. Now, there are many objectives of this legal system. Directly or indirectly, legal aid in India, it goes beyond the mere provision of legal services. It addresses issues. It promotes social justice by giving them this right of legal aid. As legal literacy is also an important and significant component of the legal aid system, and educating people about their rights, about their responsibilities is essential for them to access the justice system effectively. I know in law schools, the students, they always start their legal aid clinics with creating awareness. It could be on anything. Say, for example, they go and visit and they set up some camps for drug abuse, protection of HIV positive patients. It could be domestic violence, property disputes cases, traffic rules, and a number of any socio legal issue is there. And then the students, they create awareness. This is which is very good, because they start their they're professionally, they start with this type of systems. Now, the other important part why this legal system was introduced, we know that India is known as a Tariq pe Tariq country. So legal aid helps in blocking this, reducing the burden on the already congested courts by promoting alternative disputes resolution mechanisms. We say that it is mediation, we say it is arbitration. Lok Adalat is another example to this. There are other aspects also. Say, for example, the aim of promoting and incorporation of this legal aid system is to prevent and settle disputes. So by providing legal advice and assistance, legal aid helps in resolving disputes at a very early stage. So what happens, it prevents them from escalating into full-fledged court cases. So it saves time, it saves energy, it saves money and physical, mental harassment, of course. The concept of legal aid is made in such a way that no one should feel like they are treated separately. So there are many negative aspects of the society because of which some have remained underprivileged. So we must understand that the objective of providing legal aid is to uplift one and all, to include everybody. So we cannot say that this person is illiterate, this person is poor, she is a woman, or the person is a child, the person belongs to the disabled category or whatever. So we'll not give this thing. So there are many, we know Article 14, Article 21, then comes to Article 39A, which was inserted by the 42nd Amendment. So you will find that this is the main object of the legal aid. Now, there are many objects. If you look at the provisions of the legal aid, if you study this National Services Authorities Act 87 or the State Services Authority Act, so you will find the main object of the legal aid lies in bridging the gap and making legal services accessible to all segments of our society. Its only aim is to protect the rights and interests of the people, especially the people, the common masses, basically, you can say. So legal aid is a step by which weaker sections of our country, they can become strong and they can live with confidence. When we talk about legal aid, so we must understand some critical, important A's, A to Z wala A. So why we must give legal aid? And so there is a 3A guide which is given with the framework is, say, for example, first is awareness. The first important segment of the legal aid, which I feel, is awareness. See, when people are aware that this is their right, they feel they are empowered. They feel empowered. They learn how to secure these rights for themselves. So it is very important as far as awareness is concerned. The second A is assertion. Assertion is we must encourage those people to assert these rights as right and not a favor. This is their fundamental right. The government or the courts, they are not giving any favors to them. This is a right which is given to them in the Constitution of India by the highest authority of this country. So they should not feel, so we should encourage them. See, we are not doing any favor. Then the third A is arrangements. After when these first and second objectives are achieved, so it is the responsibility of the state to make the necessary arrangement. They must ensure that these rights are given to those who claim them in a fair and just manners. So that is the reason that during initial court trials, if you have seen, or especially the students who go for the internships in lower courts. So they might have seen that the court always asks the parties if they need any lawyer in cases if they do not have any. Now, I think the time is. So before I conclude, because see, most of the, I think there are other panelists also who are waiting. So before I conclude, I would give some advice to all the young law professionals. So because ultimately we start from you are the young generation, and India is the, I think the most important country in the world, which has a good number of youth. So I would just give you some advice to you. So, my dear students, you use your legal education to champion inclusivity, equality, and social justice. Be a voice for the voiceless. Celebrating Legal Day will not, make any. It's celebrating legal aid is a good, but if you are just celebrating it just for the sake of celebrating it, then it does not have any value. So you include inclusivity. You include everyone. You include your rickshawala, you include your maid, you include your driver, and you ask them if they need anything. This should be the voice, equality and social justice. So be the voice for the voiceless, a defender of rights, and an advocate for those who actually cannot advocate for themselves. Embrace the value of empathy, integrity, and ethical practice, because as this will guide you on your journey to becoming a very compassionate and effective legal professional. So I would know, there are many other things also, because we have seen, see, we with each passing day, the number of the legal cases are rising, courts are full, so which poses a risk to the smooth administration of justice. So can we say that after the enactment of legal aid system, everything is well, up to the mark, people are happy, people are satisfied, people are content? The answer is no. We all know the ground realities. And the reason being, because in a country like India, it is very difficult to provide the legal aid to each and everyone who needs it. Because we know there are challenges, there are loopholes. No, we know that there are certain challenges also. Many, marginalized communities, and they are unaware of the legal aid services available to them. And that results in the underutilizations of the legal aid services. You all are the voice of the society. Go and speak to these people. Go and attend the legal camps on a very regular basis. Pro bono is completely different. I don't find pro bono, because people I have seen, the advocates, I know some of the panelists are advocates, but it's completely my version. They feel pro bono is same as legal aid. Legal aid is completely different. This is what I feel. So limited funding, limited resources, it actually hinder the reach and effectiveness of legal aid programs, especially in remote areas. So, and the most important is that ensuring a competent and a skilled legal and workforce is a challenge, because I have seen that qualified lawyers often prefer private practice. So good lawyers generally, they do not want to be a part of NALSA or DALSA. They go for the individual pro bono, as I said, pro bono services. But you become the voice of these people. And that's all from my side. Wishing you a very bright and fulfilling journey in the world of law, as you strive to make legal services accessible and just for all. Happy Legal Services Day, and thank you, Amity. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Beautiful words.
Thank you, ma'am, for kind words.
India's
so much.
National Legal Services Authority, NALSA, was constituted under its provision on 5th December 1995. NALSA undertook activities including free legal aid and advices to the needy, disposal of cases through mediation and amicable settlement. These are all part of our Legal Services Day. Now, I would like to invite Dr. M.K. Ravi, who is an advocate at Supreme Court of India and has been practicing in this field for more than 40 years and has experience in teaching and research. Sir, please grace us with your kind words.
Also, that Dr. M.K. Ravi has written so many books on law that we all are studying, and many of the students relish his writings with his flawless command over the language. Over to you, Dr. M.K. Ravi, sir. Sir, you wanted to share the screen, right?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sumitra.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I would like to.
Is it available now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The same way from the current slide, you can press that option.
Okay, it was pause, I think so. Huh? Is it correct?
Yes, sir. I can see it on screen, but I cannot see the PPT moving.
Wait, what I'm doing.
Mobin, sir, can you please help, sir?
Just wait. Slide. Is it correct?
Sir, just click on from beginning option. Top of your screen, first option.
Is it shared? Hello.
Yes, sir. Sir, we
Is
can.
it shared?
Yes, sir. We can see your slide in normal mode, sir. We want to see. Can you make it in the full screen, sir?
Is it shared?
Yes, sir. It is shared, sir.
Shared.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, can you go through the slideshow view?
Is it running over there?
No, sir, it's not moving. What sir is saying is you press the from beginning option, which can be seen. This is the first icon on your screen of PPT, just below the file option.
I can see sir is facing network issue.
Okay. Sir, what I suggest is you can scroll through on it on your own desktop. We are able to see at least the scrolling part. I think now it is being shared. Yes, sir. Now we can see, sir.
Now you can see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please go
Right.
ahead.
Anyway, good morning. It's a technical glitch. I'm Dr. Ravi. I welcome all the panelists over here, especially Justice Tandonji, who is with us, and all the dignitaries, along with the students. Today we are celebrating the Legal Service Day, as we are aware. So let us see something about this, like what for the day is celebrated. It was to engage of the litigants. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. We can see, sir.
Hello. Okay,
Hello.
okay, fine.
Yeah.
So the NALSA was the act was done in 1987, and especially in one of the case, Husnaira Khatun, State of Bihar in 1979, the Supreme Court held that the right to aid legal service is the fundamental right of every person, and it was the duty of the state, every state, of free legal aid to the poor. Even the Article 39A that imposes an obligation of the state to provide the free legal aid to ensure the access to the justice for all the citizens. It can be of any kind of justice. Now, the group which they are focusing is where the gross income of the individuals are less than 60,000 rupees per month or annually 7,50,000 rupees per month, especially in the Supreme Court case. The legal service which we are providing, two things we are providing in that is professional skill of the advocates and the knowledge about the case and the litigants. What other service we are providing is consultation. You are supposed to give the consultation to the legal information advice and review the documents, whatever files they are having. You have to prepare certain applications. You help them, the poor and all the litigants who needs the aid in all kinds of matter, litigation, negotiation, mediation, arbitration, administrative, or legislative hearings. This core legal services are covered in all area of the aspect like business planning, private, personal, employment laws, real estate, the family law, and the criminal law. as far as functioning of the legal machinery is concerned in India, all the subordinate courts are working under the High Court. And each district court is having two different type of courts, that is civil and criminal courts. The district judge is the highest court. Hello. The district judge deals with the civil as well as the criminal cases.
ये स्क्रीन शेयर कर दी और ऐसे सेक्शन बना रखा
Now in Nalsa,
देख बोलता है चलो सबको दिखे
the important work, what kind of services they are giving is the legal services, free legal services to the people. Conduct the lok adalat in the states, mediations, legal awareness, victim compensation, or even social action litigation. Same level, state legal service authorities. These are headed by the Chief Justice of the particular High Court of the state, and the senior most judges, the chairman of that state legal aid services. At the district level services, they are covered by the district judge. Now, as per the Act, Legal Service Authorities Act, Section 12. Under Section 12, they cover the criteria for giving the legal service to the eligible person who are eligible to get this legal aid. So every person who has to file or defend the case belong to a particular category like scheduled caste or scheduled tribe, a victim of the trafficking, a woman or a child, mentally ill, disabled person, victim of a mass disaster, industrial workman, the person in the custody or the protective home, juvenile home, or a psychiatric hospital or nursing home, who are having annual income less than 40,000 rupees or 50,000 rupees in case of the Supreme Court. That changes time to time.
Thank you, Ravi,
Hello.
sir. I think
I think the PPT must have done.
Yeah. But then, sir, all good. I think students will have some questions for
Any-
you. So I request you to stay back for some time.
Fine.
Yeah, over to you, Priya. Over to you. Bini.
Ma'am, my voice. Ma'am, my voice.
No, it's okay. Over to you, Bhini and Ria.
Ma'am, my voice is audible.
Yes, Priyal. We will
Yes,
take up the
ma'am,
questions
my
later.
question is this, that
Priyal, we will take up the questions later. I think first let us have the presentations. Over to you, Bhini.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your knowledge with words.
A variety of activities are organized on Legal Service Day, including legal awareness, campaigns, and workshops, free legal aid clinics, Lok Adalat, distribution of legal literature, media campaign. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Vidyotma Jha. She is an attorney in Supreme Court of India. She has been enrolled with Bar Council of Delhi, is a member of Supreme Court of India, Delhi High Court. She has handled various cases in environmental law, service matters, family matters, and matrimonial disputes, cases related to property, cyber law, intellectual properties, cases of attribution of mediation. International Academy of Space Law has appointed her as its national ambassador and national person of contact in New Delhi, India. She has also been appointed as a senior researcher at IASL Global Space Policy Center of Excellence. She was awarded the Great Warrior of Humanity Award by International Human Rights of Advisory Council in honor of outstanding contribution prevention of COVID-19. Now I would like ma'am to please address us.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Sumitra, for having me here and giving me this opportunity. And it's always a pleasure coming to Amity and addressing people like you. I really admire the effort you put in for these programs, and I even like other programs, I keep on seeing the websites or the Facebook, Instagram, everything. So I really admire you a lot. So then I'm like moving to the topic. like the National Legal Services Day that we are celebrating today. And we, as all the speakers have said, and you also have said, that this is the day that we are celebrating, and it came into being since 1987. And the act itself came into force in 1995. So it is important because it is for the welfare of people who are not able to reach out. They are not able to get the legal services, the appropriate legal services rather. So the Constitution of India has given under Article 39 the the authority, actually it is actually under the Constitution itself, that free legal aid and guidance should be provided to the needy, and resolving issues through mediation and amicable settlement. So NALSA was one of a kind endeavor to reduce court backlogs in India while providing access to justice for low income litigants. And NALSA under that, the Supreme Court Legal Services Committee comes, 39 High Court legal services committees, that is HCL SCs come, then 37 state legal services authorities are there, 673 district legal services authorities are there, 2465 taluk legal services committees are there. So National Legal Services Authorities Act 1987 was passed on October 11, 1987. And since then, like it came into force in 1995, and since then it has been trying to help people, the needy, and whosoever falls within the purview of Section 12 of the Legal Services Authority Act 1987. So the provision for legal aid includes representation by an advocate in legal proceedings, payment of process fees, expenses of witnesses, and all other charges payable or incurred in connection with any legal proceedings in appropriate cases, preparation of pleadings, memo of appeal, paper book, including printing, translation, documents in legal proceedings, drafting of legal documents, specially petitions, etc., supply of certified copies of judgments, orders, notes of evidence, and other documents in legal proceedings. So free legal services include provision of aid and advice to the beneficiaries to access the benefit under the welfare statutes and schemes framed by the central government or the state government, and to ensure access to justice in any other manner. So according to the conduct of any case or other legal proceeding before any court or any other authority or tribunal, and the giving of advice on any legal matter. So free legal aid is not confined to cases before subordinate courts. Legal aid is provided to the needy from the lowest court to the Supreme Court of India. Legal Aid Council represents such needy persons before the lower courts, high courts, and every court, rather, everywhere legal aid services are being given to them. So according to Section 13, Clause 1 of the Act, any individual who satisfies any criteria under Section 12 is entitled to receive legal services. So there is no bar as to which kind of cases one can apply and not apply for. All kinds of cases are included, and as the individual satisfies the eligibility under Section 12 of the Act, they are granted this legal service. So according to Regulation 7, Clause 6 of the National Legal Services Authority, Free and Competent Legal Services Regulations 2010, the application for legal services will be scrutinized by the member secretary or the secretary, and if the applicant has mentioned or expressed his or her choice of lawyer on the panel, such member secretary or secretary can consider and allow the same. So it is possible to get any kind of legal service under free legal aid services. So one can apply for free legal aid at any stage of the case, as long as they are eligible to attain free legal services as per Section 12 of the Legal Services Authorities Act, even if they have already a personal lawyer before and require a lawyer under free legal aid only at the stage of appeal, and they are eligible under Section 12, then also they can make an application and avail the same. So, but the legal services sector is one of the most restricted sectors, not only in India, but also across the world. Most regulations, including restrictions on the advertisement of legal services, organizational forms that are permissible, and the practicing of domestic law by foreign lawyers and law firms have been enforced in the country for more than 50 years. These regulations have shaped the evolution of the sector and the business practices. So actually, moving to the liberalizing the legal sector, the legal sector and the liberalization is not easy because of the regulations legal services have, and the providers and consumers have several apprehensions, including lack of preparedness of the domestic legal service providers to compete with the size and scale of global law firms, fear of loss or revenue for domestic law firms, and displacement of small and medium scale law firms. Increased cost of legal services resulting from due to entry of foreign law firms, diversion of talent pool towards foreign law firms, and lack of reciprocity with respect to Indian lawyers working in other jurisdictions. Notwithstanding these concerns, there is growing support for liberalizing the sector. So using information collected on perceptions of costs and benefits of reform through a survey of business enterprises and law firms and secondary research, it is found that economic benefits outweigh the cost of reforms in the legal sector. The study also considers the experience of other developed and developing countries with respect to reform in legal services sectors to assess what the likely costs and benefits of such reforms in India would be. So the findings are specifically from experiences of countries like United Kingdom, Australia, Singapore, suggest that a liberal regime governing the legal sector benefit both the consumers and providers of legal services. So it contributes to innovation in legal service provisions, which generates benefits of reduced costs and liabilities for service providers and increased convenience to consumers. The results of the survey of consumers and providers of legal services in India suggest that while some stakeholders are apprehensive about introducing reforms in the sector, most participants believe that benefits of quality and choice will emanate from liberalization of the sector, indicating an inclination towards reforms. So results of the survey of consumers and legal services suggest that legal service providers in India perceive ex ante benefits of reforms with respect to legal advertising and entry of foreign law firms to be higher than the ex ante costs. Specific characteristics of the responding firm play a critical role in determining the perception of the legal service providers regarding ex ante benefits of these reforms. For instance, firms engaging in outbound transactions are likely to report benefits from entry of foreign law firms and advertising. This is similar to the results obtained from the analysis of consumer perceptions. So, keeping in mind the apprehensions as well as motivations of the consumers and providers of legal services and the relevant regulatory agencies, there are few things that could be considered in my opinion, like relaxing regulatory restrictions, like learning from the growth experience of countries such as Singapore. It is important that initiatives to liberalize India's legal services sector are undertaken in a phased manner. Changes in the governance of the sector. Measures must be taken to improve the regulatory governance of the sector by reducing ambiguity in the implementation of laws and encouraging dialogue between regulators and stakeholders. Strengthening the capacity of the sector. Measures must be taken to update the legal curriculum in line with developments in the sector and provide both theoretical as well as practical exposure to law graduates. There are also needs to be continuous dialogue between industry participants and academia to ensure that the training of law graduates is in line with the demands of the industry. So I will conclude with this, that today is a very important day, and the legal sector in India is actually moving towards a lot of changes, reforms, and liberalization, because also our laws are going to somewhere being changed, or if the new acts come in, like Indian Penal Code may be replaced by the new new acts. So CRPC is supposed to be replaced by the new acts. Evidence laws are going to change. So liberalization should also be considered. And I will conclude with this, and thank you for bearing with me.
Thank you, ma'am, for your kind words.
Legal Services Day has great importance in encouraging people to seek legal assistance whenever they need it. On this note, I would like to invite Dr. Pawan Saini, who is Chancellor at Mahatma Gandhi University, Sikkim, to grace us with his words of wisdom.
Good morning to all. My voice is audible?
Yes, sir, audible, but we cannot see you.
No problem. Thanks for giving me opportunity, Smitra Madam. Thanks for Amity University. I want to say something different. I want to say that in graduate level, we must add 5 to 6 paper of legal studies in graduation levels, in BCom, BSc, in BA levels. Legal services are the essential part for every citizen, but every citizen not have the right to approach the Supreme Court or High Court. Basically, legal services are very costly. That's why I want to say legal services must be provided to all citizens at very low cost. In graduation, there must be some papers which include in the education system. We must teach IPC, CRPC, legal services, children acts, women acts in their education systems. Thanks, ma'am. Give me opportunity. And I'm going for school. There is a program. So
I know,
thanks.
sir.
Okay,
I know,
thanks.
sir. Thank you so much. You took out time. I know you are Honorable Chancellor of a university. You have taken out time for us. Thank you so much. And of course, the things that you have told us, I think through a policy paper, we would definitely like to take it forward and present it to the government and to the UGC so that these things can be incorporated.
We also start the BA in law and politics also.
Okay, sir. All right, sir. That is so nice of you. Thanks for the information. And
Okay,
also, sir, together, our law school and your law school can collaborate and do many other good things, sir.
Next time we meet. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Take care.
Okay.
Over to you, Ria.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words and presence today.
The empowerment of marginalized communities and protection of their rights are one of the crucial elements of celebrating the Legal Service Day. To speak on this issue further, I would like to invite Advocate Webb of Tumar, who is the founder and managing partner at the Law Literary. I invite you, sir. Sir, your mic is muted.
Yeah, sir.
Just a minute. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, respected faculty members, esteemed guests, and most importantly, the talented and aspiring law students of this esteemed institution. I advocate Vaibhav Tomar, today here with you, deeply honored and humbled to address such a brilliant gathering of future legal professionals to share my views on this National Legal Service Day. It is a matter of great pleasure for me that I got the invitation to celebrate this special day with all of you. For this, I am very thankful to Sri Aditya Tomarji, Additional Director of Amity Law School, and Dr. Devendra Singh, Professor of Amity Law School, and Dr. Soumitra Singh, Associate Professor, and respected seniors who gave me an opportunity to mark my presence here on this very special day. First, I feel apt to begin by invoking the memory of late Justice V.R. Krishna Iyer, who believed that society is guilty if anyone suffers unjustly. Today is an appropriate occasion to keep this thought in mind, to get the exact meaning and need to make or celebrate this day. The National Legal Service Day is celebrated in this country every year on 9th November, the same day on which the Act was officiated to celebrate the commencement of Legal Service Authorities Act 1987, which came into force on this very day in 1995. This day was established with a mandate to offer support and help to weaker section of the society, as we all know. Now, the Section 12 of the Legal Service Authorities Act 1987 describes the criteria for giving legal services. Only people from the weaker section of the society who have little to no access to legal services due to lack of money or other circumstances are eligible for receiving free legal aid. What is the criteria? People from marginalized group, women, people from minority groups, and people with lower monthly income than stated by the government. The person who is in custody, disabled person, and victim of trafficking in human beings or beggars. On this day, legal awareness camps are conducted by state legal service authorities across the country to apprise individuals about the availability of free legal aid. Further, nationwide programs are organized each year to make people aware of the various services offered by legal service authorities. The main objective of National Legal Services Day include spreading legal awareness to general public, organizing lok adalats, hosting legal aid camps, etc. All this is all this is done to celebrate Legal Services Day and to make people more aware of their legal rights. However, celebrating the Legal Service Day is not a mere ritual or mandatory, rather. It is an opportunity for all of us to review whether we have achieved the targets of this particular day and what we can contribute to make it more effective in future. But what sets you apart is your commitment to pursue legal aid services in India. In a country like ours, where millions struggle for access to justice, we resolve to stand up for those who cannot afford legal representation. The Legal Services Authorities Act was enacted by the Supreme Court of India offer pro bono legal services to people. According to this act, people from the weaker section of society can receive free legal aid and guidelines at the national, state and district levels. In 1995, the Supreme Court of India passed the Legal Service Authority Act within the aim of with the aim of offering legal relief to weaker section of society. This act was passed on 9 November 1995 and since then this day has been celebrating on National Legal Service Day. On this day, people widely circulate information about legal services so that those who need such services become aware. This day is about helping the citizen of India realizing that no matter what background they are from or what their identify is, they can receive free legal aid. After the Act was established, the Country National Legal Service Authority (NALSA) was formed 5 December 1995. Supreme Court Legal Service Committee at Supreme Court level, High Court Legal Service Committee at High Court level, and state legal service authorities are state level. District legal authorities are district level, and talukas rest talukas legal service committee at talukas level. The Legal Service Authorities Act 1987 is aimed to provide free and competent legal service, creating legal awareness, legal aid, and settlement of dispute through amicable settlement are the main function of the authority. Another important reason behind instituting Legal Service Day was to provide alternative dispute resolution method to people. Legal awareness programs are taken up for the empowerment of legal knowledge to all citizens in general and to weaker sections of the society in particular. Various activities are taken up to reach the vulnerable sections of the society, such as SC, AT, women, industrial labor, etc. The authority provides legal aid by way of providing the services of able, efficient service of lawyers. Any person who fulfill the criteria is entitled for the legal aid. Lok Adalat, organizing by authorities, and the taluk committees help the disputing parties to come to settlement through conciliation of such settlement reached before a Lok Adalat becomes a record having equal status as that of a judgment oblique decree of the court. Honorable Chief Justice of India is the patron-in-chief of National Legal Service Authority. Now, when we are talking about the National Legal Service Day, then the relevant article is Article 39A of the Constitution of India. Article 39A, inserted by 42nd Amendment, imposes an obligation on the state to provide free legal aid to ensure access justice for all citizens. Legal aid is denied as such legal aid as may be provided by the state under the legal service authorities or any other law for the time being in force. The objective is to afford equal justice and equal opportunity before the law to all without any discrimination on ground of religion, race, caste, or sex. This article is highly significant as it makes provisions for a right to seek legal aid and declares that it is the duty of the state to secure that right. It is not possible to have effective legal recourse without access to legal aid, access to justify a prerequisite for any meaningful redress or grievances. When any affected person is denied the right of a receive legal aid, his or her complaint will remain unheeded and efforts may be provided. It will be futile. It must be remembered that the right to free legal aid is available only to those who require it. To help litigants in person, a lawyer will be appointed as an amicus curiae in cases where the litigant is not entitled to free legal aid but is unable to engage a lawyer. The Supreme Court has clarified that it is not obligatory for the state to provide free legal aid in all matters, and that it would be depend upon whether it was provided by the central or state government. Any additional grant given under Article 39A can only be used to providing legal aid and no other purpose should be considered. Legal aid is merely a service. It is an instrument of change. It is a means of to empower the marginalized, protect the vulnerable, and ensure the justice reach every corner of our nation. The theme of this year is access to justice for all, empowering the marginalized through legal awareness. It means providing free legal counseling and awareness session to those who are not well versed with the mechanism of it. The government extends support to all these authorities in the form of grant in aid and other logistical support to ensure a smooth discharge of the services. The performance of the Legal Service Authority are also monitored. NALSA receive monthly activity reports from all the state legal services authority, highlighting all the activities carried out in a particular month. Apart from monthly activity reports, NALSA also received annual reports from all the state legal service authorities and prepare its own annual report, which is laid before both House of the Parliament of India. At the end, I want to share my personal experience where I saw need legal aid to, I extend the same to them. Legal aid, Vijay Kumar versus State is one of case I have handled. One murder convict, namely Vijay Kumar, whose criminal appeal is pending in Delhi High Court. His family has contacted to my office for interim suspension. We saw the condition of his house in photographs and realized that they have no money to pay, but somehow they have arranged some money. Then we have pursued his appeal and filed his application for interim suspensions on many occasions, and the same was granted by the Honorable Division Bench of Delhi High Court. Thank you so much for your interest and attention.
Thank you so much, sir. I would now like to invite Mr. Vikas Shah, who's the director of Bhavishya NGO, which works for shaping the future of the underprivileged kids.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir,
Yeah.
you're on.
Okay. So thank you for inviting me on and giving me opportunity to speak in this platform. Sorry for sore throat. As you know, all know, pollution level are at extreme level, so my throat is not well. So pardon me for that. Uh, I would like to give thank note to all the previous speaker like Justice Rajesh Tandon sir, Vaibhav ji, and Asha ma'am, and all those dignitaries who has been invited here. So I am kind of running an NGO since last 10 years, okay, along with my other professional work. Uh, so the legal service day, I see like day to day in every aspect of life, the legal help is needed for all the marginalized communities, people, because they don't have access to what I felt like. I will tell you one incident where one Supreme Court lawyer just called me one day. So you all know when you go to Supreme Court, there is one red light there, and the dilemma of our country is like childrens were begging there at that same red light where all the judges and our all dignitaries go inside that Supreme Court. So he called me like that, I need your help to in the rescue of those children who is there begging in front of those judges and all, but nobody is taking paying attention to those people on the red light just when you turn to Supreme Court. So that shows the where we need to reach right now for all the legal fraternity present here. So like MIT is doing marvelous jobs, they are spreading awareness, even providing the legal help through us and many NGOs across our country. But the this needs to be taken at the mass level, like all the good lawyers who has many interns who they train and all, they should visit the ground level. Like if you talk about the remote villages of Bihar, Chhattisgarh, where we go and set up centers, educate children, they don't know even the basic right. Even in the like, I would talk about the big high-rise apartments where people, if someone get phone from police, na, so they are afraid. Like what to do now? What to do now? The good people like you see every day, like what to do now? In some cases they don't know where to go because lack of awareness. If someone is doing something and he has been arrested and all, so and in all these scenario, the sufferer are the marginalized community. Even if some incidents happen, so police or anyone takes them for will, like they know they don't have any services which they have to which they will need at that time, they don't have, so they take advantage of that. So I will cut short my speech, and I will just request everyone, like all your students right now, to not get yourself limited to offices only and big corporate lawyers and all, but work for, like, even if in a week if you give 3 to 4 hours to our community, that will be a great help. I see, like right now it's very like very poor, like means like poor people don't know like where to go when they are stuck in some help needed. And I have seen myself many a times, like small children who has been harassed sexually by in that many places, so they don't know where to go, they're even afraid of getting into the police station because of all this. So it's our work, like to go there and go and work on the ground, just like give 1 or 2 hours of your weekly 1 or 2 hours to these people. So that will be like you will be serving as a great ambassador to the legal fraternity. That's all from my side. Thank you for inviting me, Sumitra ma'am. Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you, Vikas sir, for always being a part of Amity Legal Aid and Literacy Committee.
Yes,
So, just
thanks.
for all the audience who are watching us, we have organized many legal awareness camps with the help of Bhavishya NGO, and Vikas sir is heading that NGO and doing great work in the society. Sir, congratulations to you too on Legal Services
Yeah,
Day.
thank you, Sumitra ma'am. Thank you. And I would like to, like I already told you, like MIT is doing very good job, because changes will only happen when you work on ground. The problem with today's world, in any sector you see, everything is fancy on social media, everything looks good there, but ground reality is very different. Like, so we need to work on the ground. Even if you are helping 1 or 2 people in a week, legally, even online advice, or you're going into the ground and doing all the job. So I would request everyone, from like, students are the best ambassador for any community. So I would request all of you to go there, help, and I am always available. My number is with ma'am. If you want to take part in those drives where you have to make awareness campaign and all, so you are most welcome. Thank you, everyone.
Over to you, Ria.
Thank you so much, sir, for your knowledgeable words.
Now, I would like to invite Dr. Monica Bhardwaj, ma'am. She has experience of 17 years of teaching, and she has more than 23 publications. She has expertise in her expertise is in environmental laws, media laws, women laws, and ADR. Coordinate a moot court society. She is member of Green Campus Task Force, University of Jammu. I would like to give the mic to Monica, ma'am.
And also, with a heart full of gratitude, I welcome Monica Bharadwaj, ma'am. Monica, ma'am, has been with our Legal Aid and Literacy Committee since a long time now, and we connected during the COVID times, and ma'am has been a resource person in many of our events. Most welcome, Dr. Monica, ma'am. Ma'am, you're on mute, Monica, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Sumitra. So I would like to welcome all the panelists, and then I would like to extend my gratitude to Dr. Sumitra, Associate Professor, MIT Law School, and Dr. Aditya Tomar, Director, MIT Law School, for giving me an opportunity to share my views on this day, that is the Legal Literacy Day. So I would like to start this discussion with the words of the Manu. Manu, the most authoritative and one of the earliest lawgivers of ancient India, he stated, Tasmadam if Swami Swai Hitva Priya Priya Vartate Dvamya Vritya Jit Krodhi Jitendriya, which means Agya itself is a master, well-wisher, loving behavior, left-handed, conqueror of the senses. And even in the 40th paragraph of the Magna Carta, the great historical document, it has been inscribed that to no man will we deny, to no man will we sell or delay the justice or the right. So every year we celebrate the National Legal Literacy Day on the on the 9th of the November. So why this day is celebrated and what is the significance of this day? The day is observed to commemorate the passing of the Legal Services Authorities Act on 9th November 1995. And on this day, people are made aware of their legal rights and responsibility. And when we talk about the legal literacy basically it is the empowerment of the individuals regarding issues involving the laws and how to access the justice. Now, as we know that the theme of this year is the access to justice, we must know what do we mean by this access to justice. Access to justice, it is the ability of the people to seek and obtain a remedy through formal or informal institutions of justice for the grievances. And there is no access to justice where citizens, especially the marginalized group of the society, fear the system or they see it as unfamiliar and do not access it, where the justice system is financially inaccessible, where individuals have no lawyers to assist them, and where they do not have information or knowledge regarding their legal rights, or where there is a weak justice system. So access to justice, we can say it involves legal protection, legal awareness, legal aid and counsel adjudication, as well as this enforcement. So legal literacy and legal awareness program aims to empower the poor and the disadvantaged section of the society to seek and demand justice services. The program also seeks to improve the institutional capacities of key justice services providers to enable them to effectively serve the poor and the disadvantaged persons of the society. So all we need is the legal machinery to be at our doorstep and the ability to reach it without the negative consequences. And legal empowerment is the ability to demand justice and get it. And legal literacy is the first step that creates the agency in citizens to transform their situations. So uh, I must say that it is the duty of every person. Every person means who is the law known person. It's their duty to aware and educate the people regarding their legal rights, that they have the free legal aid services. So they can do this by spreading legal knowledge regarding their legal rights and to have free legal assistance. Then organizing the lok adalats, organizing and hosting these legal aid camps, legal advices, mediation, conciliation, and aware them regarding the victim compensation. So when we talk about this organization of lok adalats means people's courts, or we can say it is a court of people. And the objective of lok adalat is to promote a compromise, or you can say a kind of settlement between the disputed parties and deliver the justice in a very, or you can say deliver speedy justice. So the decision of the Lok Adalat has further made cheaper with the provision to refund the court fee paid, and the decision given by the Lok Adalat is permanent because no appeal lies against such an award. And the Lok Adalats, having all the trappings and powers of the court, have been made to have judicial officers and other members, that is the non-judicial ones. So these are not the regular courts, not their substitutes, but it aimed at supplementing their role and sharing their load. So the stages and the procedure of Lok Adalat, it include presentation and registration of the complaint by the parties, then the issuance of the invitation letters to the opposite parties, starting of the hearing process, the summary of the disputed matters, then nominations of the pakshkaras, then deliberations and decisions by the panchas, that is by the panchayats or the head of the judiciary system, and approval of the decision. Then preparation of the karar khat. Here karar khat means mutual agreement, or you can say it's a kind of award. And finally, the distribution of the sweets or good. So it depends upon the person to person. So basically, it's a procedure which is very less time consuming, less formalistic. So everyone should go for this. And when I would like to quote here that recently in the month of September, our J&K High Court organized third National Lok Adalat of calendar year 2023 in order to boost the amicable settlement, and a total number of 1,70,266 cases were taken up by 149 benches in 1 day long National Lok Adalat in J&K High Court, and 1,02,343 cases were disposed of, and an amount of, you can say huge amount of 70 crore 35 lakh 3,571 was awarded as a compensation. So now the question is, which matters are settled in the Lok Adalat? So basically the family disputes, or you can say the disputes like property disputes, financial disputes, matrimonial disputes, accidental disputes, and insurance matters. All these are settled by the Lok Adalat. Beside these, we have the concept of legal aid also. Legal aid means providing or awareing the people with their right, that is right to free legal services. And importance of legal aid is to make it impossible for any man, woman, or child to be denied equal protection of law simply because he or she is poor. Secondly, legal aid is important for future as it is to be act as a catalyst for achieving the standards of social and economic development. And thirdly, to pull up the weaker section of the society to stand equal before the strong and the resourceful adversary. So we can see it is a kind of leverager provision in judicial administration. Even the Constitution of India, we have provisions regarding the free legal services. Article 39A added to 42nd Amendment, it puts an obligation on the state to secure that the operation of legal system promotes justice on the basis of equal opportunity to all and provide free legal aid by suitable legislation. Even Article 21, according to which no person shall be deprived of his life or personal liberty except according to the procedure which is established by the law. And here, the glaring examples are the cases of Menka Gandhi versus Union of India and Gopalan versus State of Madras. When we talk about Article 22, it states or regarding the protection of the persons against the arrest and detention in certain cases. And the landmark judgment is given by the Supreme Court in a case, a very famous case, Hussain Ara Khatun case. where it was held that every accused who is unable to engage a lawyer at his own caste, that person had constitutional right to have counsel engaged by the state. So, beside this, there is lack of awareness among general public about free legal services being provided to them under Legal Services Authorities Act. So, Legal Services Authorities Act, it was passed in 1987, and legal services under this act have been provided to be delivered by the National Legal Services Authority, the State Legal Services Authority, and the District Legal Services Authority. Now, National Legal Services Authority, it comprises of Chief Justice of India as a pattern in chief. Secondly, a serving or retired judge of Supreme Court, which may be nominated by the President after consultation with the Chief Justice of India, and he acts as an executive chairman. Besides these, such other members possessing experience and qualification as may be prescribed by the central government. Similarly, at the state level, we have a State Legal Services Authority, which comprises of Chief Justice of the High Court or retired judge of the High Court, which is nominated by the governor after the consultation with the Chief Justice of the High Court. And such other members possessing such knowledge and experience and qualification as may be prescribed by the state government. Similarly, a district legal services authority, we have district judge as chairman and such other members possessing such experience and qualification as prescribed by the government. Now, who are eligible for these legal services? Now, only the persons who are destitute or deprived are eligible for legal aid, even if they have the genuine case before the court of law. Therefore, the Act makes legal services available to the certain classes of the society, and such classification may be on the basis of their social placement and on this economic deprivation. Now, social placement, it includes the member of the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, victim of human trafficking or beggar, a woman or a child, or a person being victim of this mass disaster, ethnic violence, caste atrocity, blood, drought, earthquake, or industrial disaster. Then an industrial woman is entitled. Then the persons who are in custody are also eligible for legal services, and they include the persons who are under custody in a protection home, that is under Immoral Trafficking Prevention Act 1956, or those who are in juvenile homes under the Juvenile Justice Act. Besides these persons whose annual income does not exceed rupees 1 lakh in case of High Court, and those who are appearing in the Supreme Court, their annual income must not exceed the limit of rupees 5 lakh. So, in the last, I must say that uh, no, being a member of this, being a citizen, or you can say of this, as I am from Jammu, I must want to share with you people that we have our separate this Legal Services Authorities Act, which was known as J&K Legal Services Authority Act 1997, which was passed exactly 10 years of the National Legal Services Authorities Act. But the same was repealed after the J&K Reorganization Act 2019 and after the abrogation of this Article 360 and Article 35A. So now it is repealed, but our we had our different separate legal services act, that was known as J&K Legal Services Authorities Act 1997, having the same provisions which we have this National Legal Services Authorities Act 1987. So, and to conclude, I must say that the act provides for coordinating the working of the central state and the district authorities, and the central authority controls the state authority, and obviously it controls the district authority, and state authority shall delegate its functions to the district authority, and the main function of the authorities are to lay down the policies and the principles for making legal services available under the act. So its other functions are its other the central government has the power to organize the legal aid camps, especially in the rural areas, slum areas, or labor colonies, with the dual purpose by educating weaker section of the society, and at the same time to encourage them for the um, settlement of disputes through the lok adalat. So That's it. All this from my side. So thank you, Dr. Sumitra and Dr. Aditya Tomarji for the invitation. Thank you very much. I'm audible?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Dr. Monica, ma'am. It's always an intellectual treat listening to you.
My privilege.
So I will now request all the panelists to take up a few questions. We have Dr. M.K. Ravi sir with us, a very brilliant advocate, and we have with us Dr. Monica Bharadwaj. We have with us Dr. Asha Verma ma'am, and also Dr. Aditya Tomar sir, additional director, Joint HOI, Amity Law School, Noida, is also here. Arun sir is here. So students, if you have any questions for the panelists, Priyal, you had a question. Those students who have questions, you can type your questions in the chat box. Priyal is there with us in the panel.
Good
Yes.
morning, ma'am. Ma'am, my voice is audible?
Yes, yes.
Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, Priyal, you are audible.
Okay.
Please.
Good afternoon, everyone. My question is that how can awareness be spread for legal services among citizens and especially in rural areas and among marginalized communities?
Question to whom?
Your question is directed to whom, Priyal?
Yes, ma'am.
Your question is directed to a specific
Ma'am, my
panel.
question is directed to Asha Verma, ma'am.
Asha ma'am. Asha ma'am, yes. Ma'am, you're on mute.
Yeah, thank you, Priyal, for this question. And as when I spoke on legal aid, I discussed at that time that creating legal awareness is the most important. But how to create legal awareness about the legal society, especially in the remote areas, this is one of the challenges. I have already discussed that this is challenge. But how to overcome this challenge, this loophole is, see, the students, media. Nowadays, even a rickshawala has internet in their phones, so it could be spread through the media, whether it is social media, it's news, newspapers, or especially the students. Students means even in the rural areas. So it should not be limited only to the law students. So it, and one of more thing which I find it that it as this is my a thing which I think it must be included. Legal aid should be a part of the basic elementary education in India. If a student, when the student is a part of, when he or she, when they study in class 4th, class 5th, class 6th, so it should be a part of that. So that by the time the student, because he dropout rates is also very high. So if the student, even if the student, drops out after, 8th or 9th, so he should understand, okay, this is a thing that is given by the Constitution of India. So this is how this awareness of legal aid society can be done in the remote areas. I have already discussed, see, India is hugely populated with diverse backgrounds. It's a very challenge. It's not very easy thing. But yes, basically including the legal aid into basic elementary education is the most important part.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Do we have more questions?
Actually, I have one more question, but ma'am has already answered that. And my question was that how college or educational institution help in contributing for the legal services, and she already answered that.
I think that can be answered more comprehensively by
By
Monica ma'am as well. Monica ma'am, so what are the how does your legal aid cell does all these awareness programs? Like we've done many programs together, but
Actually, Sumitra ma'am, we are just establishing this legal aid cell, and I think it will be inaugurated very soon, maybe before 26th of November. So what can I say? As we don't have a bid right now, तो अभी इसको I think थोड़ा time लगेगा. Actually, justice को हमारे जो chief justice है ना, he will be the chief guest, और अभी उनके पास actually time नहीं था इसके लिए ना, तो अभी हम उसको inaugurate कर ही नहीं पाए हैं.
okay. But thank you for always being a resource person for our legal aid camps and also the entire law school of Jammu University helping us.
Yes, but in our law department we have, and actually our law school, it is the sister concern, or you can say Our parent department is the law department. In our law department, we already have. And in our law department, we always, organizing these legal aid camps. Even in law school, we organize these legal aid camps every year. And we take our students to the rural areas and aware the various peoples, the marginalized persons of the society, marginalized group of the society, regarding their legal rights, their responsibilities. Because most of the people don't have any idea कि उनको हम फ्री लीगल सर्विसेज जो है वो हम उनको प्रोवाइड करवाते हैं, या उनको मतलब कोर्ट की तरफ से कोई एडवोकेट भी उनको आके सारी लीगल सर्विसेज जो है वो करवाता है. Besides this legal aid camps, we organize lots of lectures on this legal aid, society and legal literacy. But as far as society is concerned, we are inaugurating it very soon in law school. But in law department, we already had. And
Yeah,
our
I would like to add here
department is the
something.
law department.
I would like
That's
to
our
add
law
something.
department. तो हम actually चाहते हैं कि हमारी एक अलग से हो जाए ना. Otherwise, तो we have.
जी. Yes, Ravi sir, you wanted to say something.
Yeah, I want to say that this is a legal profession, is a noble profession. And why it is called noble is you have to keep balance between minting the money, what for you are working for, and second, you have to help the poor or the needy one. For example, if you see the NALSA statistics at the national level, when they are having the statement based on this statistics about the under trial prisoners, the government is having website statement report till 2016 only. So very surprised to know. You can check up this websites of the NALSA. Even government is not updating the data. So it is the role of the NGO here comes up. They need to approach the under trials, find out how many people need actually they are detained illegally and how they can help them out. So law students will, of course, they'll be learning this process a lot. So they can join NGOs who are helping the legal awareness as well as, legal litigation awareness. That is the only thing.
Yeah, well said, sir. Do we have more questions for our esteemed panelists?
No, thank you, ma'am. That's all the questions we have.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, everybody, it's time to bid adieu. But before that, I'll request Dr. Arun Upadhyay, sir. Arun Upadhyay, sir, is the director of Amity Institute of Advanced Legal Studies at Amity University, Noida. I'll request you, respected sir, to present the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Sumitra ma'am. Thank you so much. So good afternoon to the esteemed speakers of the day, respected chairman of AIALS and Amity Law School, additional vice chairman of Amity Judicial Academy and Amity Law Foundation, joint head of the institutions of Amity Law School, faculty colleagues, and dear students. I take this opportunity to express my gratitude as we come to end to this remarkable online symposium. On behalf of the organizing committee, I extend my heartfelt appreciation to everyone who has contributed to the success of this event. First and foremost, I express my sincere gratitude to the Honorable Founder President, Sir, Dr. Ashok Chauhan, Sir, Dr. and Honorable Chancellor of Amity University, Uttar Pradesh, Dr. Atul Chauhan, Sir, for the vision and inspiration for this symposium. Respected Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Balbinder Shukla, ma'am, for her continued support. Honorable Chairman AILS, Professor Dr. Tahir Mahmood, Honorable Chairman Amity Law Schools, Professor Dr. D.K. Bandyopadhyay, Sir, for all guidance and support. Respected Professor Justice Rajesh Tandon, Sir, Additional Vice Chairman, Amity Judicial Academy and Amity Law Foundation, for his guidance, and joint head of the institutions of Amity Law School, Noida, Professor Dr. Aditya Tomar, Professor Dr. Shefali Razada, Professor Dr. Arvindti Bhanu, Sir, for providing valuable inputs. My profound thanks goes to all the distinguished speakers, Professor Dr. Asha Verma, Pro Vice Chancellor and Director Law School, IILM University, Gurugram, Mr. Vaibhav Tomar, Advocate and Founding and Managing Partner, the Law Literates, Dr. Vidyotama Jha, Advocate, Supreme Court of India, Dr. Pawan Saini, Chancellor, Mahatma Gandhi University, Sikkim, Dr. M.K. Ravi, Advocate, Supreme Court of India, Mr. Vikas Jha, Director, Bhavishya NGO, and Dr. Monica Bharadwaj, Assistant Professor, Law School, University of Jammu. Your expertise and insights have illuminated this symposium by providing valuable knowledge and fostering enriching discussions. Thank you, madams and sirs. I would also like to thank my colleagues, Dr. Sumitra Singh from Amity Law School
and Dr. Michelle Q. Naqshbandi from AIALS for seamless coordination of this event. Furthermore, our technical IT team, headed by Dr. J.S. Sodhi sir, deserve a special mention for their tireless efforts in ensuring a seamless and enjoyable experience for all the attendees. Last but not the least, thanks to all the students for joining us online. Your presence has indeed added depth to the academic discussion. Now, as we conclude this symposium, let's carry forward the knowledge and inspiration gained to our respective fields. We look forward for hosting more such events in the future. Thank you all for making this symposium a big success.
Thank you very much, Dr. Arun Upadhyay, sir. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, with this, we bid adieu to this online symposium on Legal Services Day. Let us all understand that with rights, our duties go together. And finally, I would like to end this online symposium with a quote of Martin Luther King Jr., who said that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere, and that we are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly is going to affect all others indirectly. So it's time that we all understand that what lies on us is our responsibility as the biggest stakeholders of the legal fraternity to spread awareness in our country, and that there is equality of law and there is equal protection of laws. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. And now, with the permission of Professor Dr. Aditya Tomar sir and Dr. Arun Upadhyay sir, can we end the symposium online?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
everyone.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Thank you so
Sir.
much, everybody.
Thank you.
On behalf of
Namaskar.
our founder president, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, goodbye and God bless everybody. Bye bye, everybody. Take care. Mobin sir, we can end the symposium.